So today we are going to be testing DaVinci Resolve's performance on the M1 MacBook Air. I have the base model with me, 8 gigs of RAM, the 7 core GPU, not the 8 core one, and the 256 GB storage. So let's start. First we'll check the startup speed of DaVinci Resolve. So here I have, and let's click it. Now I have the M1 optimized version of DaVinci Resolve with me, and the laptop is plugged in for maximum performance. So Resolve has now opened. Now we'll create a new project. So what we are going to be testing today is 4K and 8K footage. See, 1080p is nothing for these M1 machines. You could play all day round with 1080p footage, applying all types of color grades, transitions, effects, and it won't lag for a second. 4K and 8K are what we are going to be testing today. So let me import my media. Okay, so over here I have 4 files. 3 4K files, H.264 format, and 1 8K raw file. So first we'll test 4K performance. So let me set the timeline resolution to 4K over here. Let's save that. Let's import this video over here. So now let's check playback performance. Let me hit spacebar, and we can see perfect playback going on over here. There are no drop frames, no lags, nothing. The playback with this footage is perfect. Great. So now let us apply some color grades to this footage and then check it. Okay, so we are done with the color grading on the 4K clip. I have applied all of these color wheel adjustments, some temperature adjustments, contrast, and added a vignette effect. Now let's check the playback. Now before testing the playback, I just want to show you that all the optimizations are off. No optimized media, no proxy media, timeline proxy mode is off too, render cache is none. Now let's play back this footage. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so our footage is lagging a bit. Yeah, it's lagging quite a lot. See, it's dropping a lot of frames. This is not smooth playback at all. So if we just drop this timeline resolution from 4K to HD and then play this back, now the playback is perfect. We have all the color grades applied, but we have dropped the timeline resolution from 4K to HD. Okay, let's lift it back up to 4K, and now let us drop our timeline resolution from here. Let's set it to half resolution and let's play that back. So that is playing back perfectly too, and the scrubbing is also nice and smooth. Okay, so now let's lift this back again. So 4K is working fine on this M1 MacBook Air. If we drop the timeline resolution, or if we set the timeline proxy mode. Now let's check the rendering speed of these 4K clips. So I'll add 2 4K clips more to our timeline, and we will apply some color grades to all of these footage. Okay, so these are all lightly color graded 4K clips playing back on a 4K timeline. So if we test the playback of this second clip over here, then the second clip is playing back perfectly. So that means if we remove the vignette effect from our first clip, it should play back perfectly too. Let's try that. So if we go back to our color grade settings and switch off the vignette effect from here, our timeline is set to 4K. Let's go back now and play this back again. And now this is playing back like a charm. So that vignette effect was adding a bit of load to our GPU, but now it's perfect. The playback is perfect. So let's render this 4K clip out. Let's save this. We will set it to MP4 H.264 4K 24 frames per second. Use hardware acceleration. Let's add it to render queue. Now we'll click render all. Now I'll meet you after this video gets rendered completely. So I'm interrupting in between the video because I wanted to check the activity monitor. So we'll just fire up activity monitor and we can see that the memory usage right now is at 7.05 gigabytes. DaVinci is taking quite a bit of memory, and the swap usage is nothing, it's just 229 MB. So we'll let the render continue now. Okay, so our render is now complete. It took 7 minutes and 3 seconds for a 2 minutes and 12 second long project. So it was rendering about 3 times slower. So now we can see the ill effects of the 7 core GPU that comes with the base model of the M1 MacBook Air. Now this was a 4K to 4K export. What if we render this 4K video into 1080p HD? Let's test that too. So I'll drop the timeline resolution to 1920 by 1080 HD. We'll save that, and now we'll render this video. So MP4 H.264, let's head to render queue and render this. So if we check the activity monitor right now, then we can see that the RAM usage is the same, even the swap usage is the same. Now Resolve is taking a bit less RAM, and yeah, keep this in mind that the screen capture is going on right now during this render, and it is consuming quite a bit of RAM, 150 megabytes. So our render is now complete. It took exactly 2 minutes and 43 seconds, which is pretty good. The 4K footage is now complete. We will be testing 8K raw footage now. And now let us take our 8K red raw footage and import it over here. Before starting anything, I will go into the color tab to check if the clip properties are set to red raw or not. So we are using project right now. Let's set it to red default. Now let's go back to our editing timeline. So the scrubbing performance is very nice on this 8K footage. Now let's play this back. So 3, 2, 1. So 8K raw footage is playing back perfectly in DaVinci Resolve. This is the 7 core GPU. I have the screen recorder running and 8K footage is playing back perfectly. 8K raw footage. This is very nice. Now let's apply some color grades to this footage and then check the playback performance. Okay, so now we have applied some color grades on this video. We'll test its performance now. So 3, 2, 1, play. So this too is playing back perfectly. Timeline proxy mode is off, optimized media, proxy media is all off. Okay, we are getting a bit of stutters. Now it's playing back perfectly. This is really awesome performance. Okay, so I'll bump up the timeline resolution now to 4K. So we are playing 8K footage on a 4K timeline with color grades. Let's hit playback. And now as you can see on a 4K timeline, the video is lagging quite a lot. The playback is very choppy. There are lots of dropped frames. This is not nice. Now if I bump down the timeline proxy mode to half resolution and then play this back, still it's lagging a bit, but now it's perfect. This is playing back with color grades applied, and this is really good performance. So on an HD timeline, even with color grades it was playing back perfectly, but on a 4K timeline it's struggling a bit. It's not struggling quite a lot, but yeah, it is struggling. So let us again drop the timeline resolution to 1920 by 1080. So the footage is playing back perfectly. So we are able to edit 8K red raw footage with color grades applied on a $999 base model MacBook Air. This is really good. And this hasn't even heated up. It's a bit warm, I can tell you, but yeah, it's not hot at all. And this is with the screen recorder running in the background. That is really good performance. So now let's render this video. Let's go to the deliver tab, MP4 H.264. We'll be rendering in 1080p HD, not 4K resolution. Now let's render this. Okay, so as you can see, the footage is rendering quite slowly. It's rendering at 4.5 frames per second, so this is gonna take some time. I'll cancel the render right now. So now you have an idea of the performance of the M1. It can easily edit 4K and 8K if you are ready to drop the timeline resolution. Sure, the rendering speeds are a bit slow for 4K and 8K videos, I would say. They could have been faster, but this is still really nice performance. Okay, so that was for this video. I hope that you liked this video and this helped you make a mind whether you should get the M1 machines for your video editing or not. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more content just like this.